Hey, cutie pies. I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Bold and the Beautiful edition. Today is Friday, May the 20th, 2022. Yay for Friday, y'all. All right, let's get into this. I might hold you a little long because it was pretty good to me today. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a solid 8. All right. So all right, so we see Eric and Ridge talking, right? And Eric is just still in disbelief on everything that Sheila has done, and that it was Sheila who did all this. And Ridge has, because they're at the office, right? So he told Ridge, you brought a lot of clothes to stay a few days. But Ridge was like, what's that supposed to mean? And he was like, you always welcome to stay, my boy. He and Victor on Young and the Restless be killing me with those phrases. But anyways, he's like, you're always welcome to stay and just work out, through your feelings. That was it on them. I'm not gonna hold you long on them. So then we see Brooke and Hope talk. So Brooke is getting ready to leave, and Hope is like, where are you going? And she was like, I have something to do. And she said, are you sure this is what you really want to do, Mom? And she was like, yes. And it's what I need to do. And I said, okay, Brooke, well, you look nice wherever you going. Because at first I was like, is she going to a funeral? Are they going to Finn's funeral? But no, she's not. So then she leaves out, and then Deacon comes in with Hope, and he's like, I saw Brooke burning out of here like she was really in a hurry or whatever. And she was like, yeah. And she was like, Dad, I have to tell you something because Deacon, he be riding for Sheila. So she said, I got to tell you something. And he was like, what is it? And so she tells him about, Sheila was, Steffi got her memory back. He was like, that's great. And she was like, she knows who the shooter is. And he was like, who is it? And she said, it was Sheila. And he was like, no, that wasn't Sheila. Not Sheila killing her own son. And she was like, it was. And she said, not only, so he getting over coming to grips with that. And she said, not only that, she's the reason Mom was drinking, and she sabotaged Mom. And he was like, what? And she said, yes, she was the one who changed the bottles. He said, are you serious? And she said, yes. And he said, oh my God, he felt bad. And she was like, Dad, that's not your fault for believing that Sheila could be a better person, for wanting to trust, because he was riding for Sheila or whatever. He was like, oh my gosh, no one, no wonder she was so hurt. And he just can't believe it. He was just like, I can't believe it. Like Sheila was, he thought she was being a better person or whatever, but no, Sheila was not. So Deacon in shock or whatever. And then he said, well, so Ridge coming home now because he knows what happened with Brooke. And Hope was like, and he said, oh my God, you mean this man's still not coming home? And she said, it's complicated. And he said, no, it's not complicated. Brooke fell off the wagon because of something that Sheila did. And you telling me he can't look past that and come home? He's so darn judgmental. I'm paraphrasing. Y'all know I like to do that. He was saying he's so dang judgmental. Like, it's not like Brooke did this on purpose. He said, she wasn't going. He was like, Brooke is a good woman. He says Taylor is great, but Brooke is a good woman. She's loyal. I said, since when? She's faithful. She's committed. She does all that. I'm sorry, like you're not finna rewrite history. Like Ridge and Brooke don't do this all the time because Brooke been stepped out or did something that makes Ridge, hurt Ridge feelings. Like y'all not finna do this. But anyways, here, Deacon just like Taylor's great, but she's not Brooke or whatever. I said, you know what, you right. Let Ridge go back to Brooke, and please give Taylor a good man that is gonna be committed to her and only her, because this back and forth that Ridge be doing, I can't take it. And so, anyways, Deacon just can't believe that Ridge, he was like, oh, and she been loyal. She could have left him when all this went down. Well, I mean, it was her fault. When he said that, I'm like, you acted like she hadn't done anything wrong. At that point, she thought she had drank and was messing with you. Like even if it was just a kiss, she kissed you, and then she took your side against Ridge when y'all had a fight. Like you acting like she was just innocent with this. That's why she was sitting at home waiting on Ridge to come home, because she knew she was wrong. Like stop it, y'all not about to rewrite history on me like you did Paris and Carter. Which I want them to add more people to the soap, but please don't let it be them. I don't want to see Paris and Carter. There's no chemistry there. Get back on topic, Nikki. Okay. So, anyways, that's it with Deacon and Hope. He can't believe it. You know how he feels, whatever. Bill gonna have a lot to say as well when he find this out. But okay. So then we go to Taylor. And okay, so then Eric leaves out, right? So then it's Taylor comes in and she told Ridge, "You were missed last night." I said, "Nah, Taylor, you my girl, but it was one night. Y'all can work one night without him." But she said, "But I understand why you have to do what you gotta do or whatever." And he says, "Yeah." She was like, "You need to get your, in the right mindset, and I support you on whatever you do." And he know Taylor is a good woman or whatever. And so then they started talking about Sheila and all that kind of stuff. And they were like talking about Thomas and why would Thomas lie about this? Thomas comes in, right? Thomas comes in and they said, "We have news." And he said, "Yeah, I've been trying to reach out to Steffi and she's not hitting me back." And they said, "We told her not to." And he was like, "Okay." So they told Thomas not to because guess what? They were going to confront him about Sheila because they was like, "Thomas, Steffi regained her memory." And he was like, "Okay, she knows who shot her." And he was like, "Okay, Sheila." And he said, "Uh-oh." I know a part of Thomas had to be like, he was shocked. But a part of him had to be like, I'm down for the count. So he said Sheila shot her own son and shot Steffi. No, he said, "I know Sheila a lot of things, but she loves Finn." And they was like, she was trying to shoot Steffi or whatever, and that's how it happened. They went to the restaurant to confront. Steffi went to the restaurant to confront Sheila because she overheard your conversation with Sheila about Sheila switching the labels on Brooke. And then that's when Thomas said, "Oh my God." He was like, and so Ridge go off. He like, "How could you do this? How could you do this?" He was like, "I saw how you were reacting with mom and y'all were in a good place. And I just wanted y'all to be happy." And Thomas was being selfish. He wanted his parents together. He said, "So I just wanted y'all to be happy or whatever." And Bree said, "At the end of the day, she's my wife." And Brooke just like, Taylor sitting there like, I said, "Yes, girl," because he said what you don't want to hear, which is at the end of the day, he going back to Brooke because that is his wife. And to be quite honest, he loved Brooke. He just upset or whatever. I don't really know why he won't go on back to Brooke. He know he don't really like Taylor like that. Go on back to Brooke. But anyways, he was just upset with Thomas about everything. And Thomas said, "I wanted to tell." He said, "But then Finn died, Steffi got shot, and it was like I couldn't tell or whatever." And he was like, "It's my fault. Like if I hadn't kept that secret, they wouldn't have never been there." And Taylor and Ridge both tell him, "Don't do that, Thomas. Don't blame yourself." I said, "Well, why not?" He's telling the truth because if he had not kept this secret, they would not have gotten shot because they would not have been in that alley. And Rich said, "I could have helped you. If y'all had came to me, I could have helped you with whatever was going on." And that is the truth. But he didn't come to you because he wanted you with his mama. And if you would stop playing ping pong between Brooke and Taylor, this wouldn't happen. Make up your mind on who you want to be with and stick to him, Ridge. But I'm not blaming you for this. I'm blaming Thomas because, well, it's really Sheila's fault. But Thomas played a little part in this because he didn't speak up and tell what he knew. That's it with them, y'all. Thomas just feels bad about what he's done, and they're gonna have to try to, really repair this relationship or whatever. But they're gonna forgive him. So moving right along, so then we see my girl Sheila. So she in prison, right? And Baker brings her out and she said, "I don't have nothing to say to you." And they handcuff her to the table and everything. And he said, "Well, Baker gets on my nerves. I don't know why. He just does. He just, oh, he works my nerves." But he's like, "Oh, I don't have any questions for you, but somebody want to see you or whatever." He was just so happy. I know Sheila did wrong or whatever, and he playing his part. That's how she really should be. But like, sir, you're a police officer. You're not supposed to get this much joy out of this or whatever, especially when you did not figure out what was going on. Anyways, so Brooke come in thinking she doing something. I don't care what y'all say. I like such some Sheila. You all right, Mama? I don't care what y'all say. I like me some Sheila. So Brooke come in thinking she really doing something, and Sheila said, "I don't want to talk to you." And Brooke said, ah, "Sheila, I'm only gonna be here a few minutes. You're gonna be in prison for the rest of your life. You can't spare a few minutes to talk to me." And Sheila was like, "Go ahead, say what you got to say." And so Brooke said, "What you did to me was horrible." Alexa, stop. But what you did to Finn and Steffi, Alexa, set an alarm for 10 minutes from now. What you did to Finn and Steffi, oh my gosh, you destroyed their family. So they talking back and forth, and Sheila just telling Brooke, I mean, I don't care what I did to you. You should have minded your business. Who are you to tell me I can't be with my family? And so Brooke said some, I can't remember exactly what Brooke said, but it was to the effect, oh, she said, you destroyed my family too. And Sheila said, "Oh, I see what this is. This is why you're really here, because you're upset that you don't have Ridge right now. That's what this. You're not thinking about Steffi and Finn. You want an apology for what I did to you." She said, "I'm not sorry, and I'm not gonna apologize for what I did to you." And Sheila said, I mean, Brooke was like, "Well, it doesn't matter if you don't apologize, um, because you will never, you're going to spend the rest of your life in prison, and you'll never be able to bother Ridge, Steffi, the Foresters, myself. You'll never be able to bother any of us again." And Sheila said, "God, come get me." And but Brooke wanted to have her last word, so she had her last word, and then she said, "Guard." And so Sheila was like, "Oh, you think you did something? Oh no. Oh no." She said, "I'm not going away. I'm not going away. I'll be back." And she says, "You never learn, Brooke. You never learn. Don't threaten me." And Brooke was like, "You never learn. Look at you. You're in prison." She said, "Oh, I'm not going to be gone long. I'll be back. I'll be back. And I'm coming back for you, for Ridge, for Steffi." And then she'll start laughing, and Brooke got creeped. Brooke got so creeped out by that laugh. I don't blame you. She got so creeped out by that laugh. I said, "Come on back, Sheila." Because I'm sorry, if y'all can be over on Days of Our Lives and we can watch the devil and all that, and you can bring Sheila on back some kind of way on this soap. And that was the Bold and Beautiful today, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope you enjoy have a safe weekend, and be blessed, and I will see you Monday.